Sorry to disappoint, but this intro doesn't include anybody's face. My dad called me in the last episode, and when I told him we were filming, he said he doesn't care, he's the boss. You must answer the phone in the middle of the episode.
Well, that's fine, but then he has to be in the episode for the rest of it, like on video call. He must just know.
Yeah.
That's the rules.
Fine, that's fair. Fair enough.
But is that any difference to my dad calling in the middle of one of our meetings? I literally answer the call. I'm like, look, I'm in a meeting. Is this important? My dad is like, yes, please. I'm like, okay, fine. I remove myself from a meeting. My dad's like, oh, come eat dinner tonight.
Food is important.
I'm like, what has just happened?
Food
That's
is the most important. Ask Zeke, he
Controversial
knows.
statement. Is food the most important, my boy? Yeah, he agrees it is.
See, even
Vital.
if you forget to feed him, he still knows.
So, Cody,
Hello.
how are you doing? How has this short week been treating you?
You know, we've said this like a bajillion times. The public holidays are nice when we're having them, but I feel like I'm missing a day of the week. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep,
I've got stuff to do,
100%.
and I wasn't gonna work on the holiday. Like, like rest is
Yes.
rest, you know. So sure. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I need an extra day. It doesn't feel like filming day today. I need one more day.
But it's funny, like, you're like, rest is rest, and you weren't going to work on the holiday. So that's exactly how I felt. But now the reality is I'm probably going to have to work this weekend, which is so counterintuitive in my mind. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand it. But yet somehow the thought of working this weekend isn't as depressing as working on the random holiday we just got. Like,
Well, I mean, it's like the last good long weekend holiday we get for the year, I think, until December. So we had to use it. We had to. Now it's just a regular old weekend. If we get bored, we can work. It's fine. No guilt.
oh.
How's the week been?
Cody, let's not. I think we should talk about more pleasant things than how the week has been. I don't understand, like, I don't get it. Guys, if you're ever watching this and you have this crazy spontaneous thought in your mind and you're like, you know what, I have so much free time, I need something to do, I should start a video game magazine. Just don't do it, right? I don't understand. Like, last year's one was the first one that you and me worked on.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the like crunch and the chaos and everything sort of got chalked up, in my mind at least, to we're noobs, like, first time. It's going to be so much smoother next time. And now here we are at next time, and I'm feeling it again. And I'm like, how did this happen? Like, how?
Well, now we know that it's happening 2 times in a row, that maybe it is just always crunch time. So now we know to prepare for the crunch instead of it being like, oh, it will be smooth sailing. We just know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that is what it is. But yeah, it's fun. I really like working on the magazine, and I feel like it's the most rewarding thing we do.
Yeah.
Because it's the only time of year that I get to prove to my family that I do actually work. Look, here is an actual real representation.
Yeah, a
I
physical
do
thing.
actually do work, so that's nice. But for chaos, like, I don't understand. And also, are you feeling like you're sort of in the twilight zone of work hell at the moment? Like, I have a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally check things off as I finish them.
Yeah.
And I'm checking things off, and yet that list is not getting a single item shorter. I swear, it doesn't make sense. It's surely not possible, but it's happening.
Yeah, mine as well. I took your advice and I went digital, and now I'm using an app. I don't use pen and paper anymore. Slowly converting my tons and tons of notes into a digital checklist app. But yeah, every time I check something
trees,
off, it's
thank
just...
you.
Sorry, trees. I apologize. But yeah, I feel the same. I check something off and then I'm like, cool, what's next? Oh, why is the list still so long?
Right?
Yeah.
It's just endless. Like, yesterday was supposed to be our weekly Baldur's Gate night of friends. And I ended up cancelling with our friends last night because I just had so much to do and I had a headache and like it was going slow. And my friend is like, no, she completely gets it. Like, what am I working on? And I was like, these 2 pieces. And she is like, but she swears that I've been working on those 2 pieces for a while. I'm like, I know, me too. I have been.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that we're at least putting in the effort, right? We're not just throwing any old random thing out there. Because we could get pieces done in a jiffy. Like, I could smash out some gobbledygook.
Could you, Cody?
Okay. I said we collectively, so combined. Yeah, we could just write some garbage and put it in a magazine for you guys, but that's not what we do. We have some good quality.
No, there's blood, sweat, tears. Less trees this time, but still trees that have gone into making this a reality.
It'll be good though. I'm keen. Like when we saw the NAG annual for the first time when it was printed, it was just glorious, and I can't wait for this one to come out. I can't wait to touch it and smell it and flip through it and read it. So I'm very excited. 100%. I know it's a lot of work, but you know, like you said, it's the most rewarding task that we do here. Yeah, it's very cool. Also because we get to give it to the community, and then all the feedback and everything that we get is always just so nice. So.
But guys, if we hear any whining about you not getting Steam codes, then I'm forbidding you from reading the magazine. I don't know how I'm going to enforce it, but I'm just forbidding it. Like, you are no longer allowed because you are a ridiculous person. It's
fine. We get all the names for all the shipping before they get shipped out. So if your name's on the blacklist...
Oh, we're going to blacklist them. Just gone.
You'll still have to
if
pay.
You compliment Cody's pieces more than mine, shadow blacklist, sorry.
Wow, that's hurtful. I feel that right in the chest.
I don't know, you know what was a ridiculous moment that happened for me? You know, sometimes people say something that's so ridiculous you can't even figure out how to respond to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just after the annual was done, we had friends over. The annual had been out for maybe 2 weeks, and friends came over for one night. And my friend, he's a super gamer. We've known each other for years.
Super gamer.
His wife actually bought him the NAG magazine as his birthday gift. And he was like, oh, he can't wait. He wants to talk to me about it. Did I contribute anything at all to the magazine? Because he didn't see a single post written by me. I'm like,
ooh.
What do you mean? What do you mean? And he's like, yeah, he read through the whole thing and he doesn't think I did anything because he couldn't see anything that I worked on. And I was just like, I don't know how to respond to you, but get out of my house.
Yeah, get out of my house. Leave the magazine.
You are no longer welcome.
Obviously didn't read the whole thing. He just read the ads maybe? I don't know. Don't know how we missed that.
What an aggressive and hostile thing to say to someone.
Did you contribute?
And I'm pretty sure that I'd just been moaning about how hard we had worked. And then he was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And if you think it was a jokey way that he said it, it frickin' was not. That man was earnest. He was like, oh, did you also do something for this? I was just like, I can't with you.
Funnily enough,
no, go. What is funny?
Talking about toxic communities, obviously I have to bring up League here for a second just because that's the way it goes. So I buckled. I didn't get the very expensive faker pass. Okay, that's obviously ridiculous.
You just got the normal
I just got the
one.
normal regular one, which is reasonable. Okay, and I had some leftover.
If you got that 10,000 Rand one, I was raising a public dispute in the company that clearly Cody is earning too much money. Like, he doesn't get a performance review and a bonus. He gets a performance review and a downscaling on his pay.
Gosh, there's no
Because
ways.
I'm sorry, you drop 10k on one battle pass and one skin. You are earning too much money, clearly.
Okay, well, I didn't do that.
But
just,
yes, go
just
on
to
with
let
your
you know,
story.
luckily enough. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm disappointed that you can't progress the battle pass to unlock the thing, right? If there's like an evolution of the skin that you have to pay the $500 for, that's it. It's built in that way. Anyway,
Yes.
very disappointing. Anyway, one of the challenges in game, I have to do jungle creep kills, and I'm not a jungler, so I played a couple games that weren't ranked mode, and people are so nice when the stress of ranked is not like weighing down on them. Like, people DC and they come back and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I got a phone call or my internet dropped, and everyone's
And
like,
people
oh,
are
yeah,
like, no worries.
no worries, dude, we're losing, but it's fine. And then everyone's like GG at the end. Like, it's so nice. I can't believe it. Anyway, there's also nice
And then
people
you
in our
play
toxic
ranked, and that's
communities.
not the case. Like, ranked, you just, like, your house burned down in a fire, and your brother, sister, and dog all perished, and people are still like, report after game!
Yes, 100%.
Like, there's no understanding.
Ugh, it's crazy. Ranked people love their ranked stuff more than auctioneering. What? Figure people love their figures. Ridiculous. Anyway, quick interjection. Your turn again.
No, I was just going to say, now that we're talking about things like this, I raised a topic with you this morning I thought would be fun, which is controversial opinions you have on gaming in general. And sort of tying in what we just spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, controversial statement, but I don't think the gaming community is any more toxic than any other community. And I'm going to preface this for a moment. I grew up as a dancer.
Okay.
And I didn't dance for some like little backyard studio. I mean, I was a part of the biggest dance school in South Africa. We used to go and compete overseas. If we competed, we won. And I just say this to stress that this is a reputable place that I danced at. So, I don't know. I think I've asked you before and you said no, you've never seen Dance Moms, right?
No.
Okay, so the whole premise of Dance Moms, which I can identify now is the premise of Dance Moms, was about this one teacher, Abby Lee Miller, who taught a competition dance group of children, like, let's say from 5 to 11 years old, like children. And she used to act like a crazed lunatic. And she used to scream in their faces. The spit used to fly. She used to be like, you know nothing, you are a disgrace. And at the time when it was really popular, I was still actively dancing. And I remember all of us being obsessed with the show and not understanding why people are like so negative towards Abby. Because she's delightful. And now, as an adult, looking back, I realize how ridiculous the situation that I grew up in was. Like, I have this distinct memory. I had fallen, I had broken my arm, and we were in a normal rehearsal. My arm was in a cast, like it was clearly broken. And I was screamed at and told I must leave. She never wants to see my face again. I'm such a disappointment because I didn't straighten my arm perfectly straight above my head while it is in a solid cast. And I feel like after you grow up like that, when you play an online game and some oak is like, get in the kitchen. Like, okay, is that the best you got?
But honestly, why didn't you straighten your arm? I can't just... Was it not? Did they not straighten the cast for you? What? I'm also lost. Yeah, I agree. You should have been kicked out of that class. So it's ridiculous.
But like Larry, he maintains that the reason why I fall as often as I fall is because when I walk, I never look at the ground. And it's true, I don't. But what Larry doesn't understand is I was threatened. So the dance teacher used to walk around with this freaking wooden stick and hit you if you looked at the floor for a second. And that was like her playful, nice side. That wasn't even when she was really mad at you, right? So it's just so programmed for me. The floor doesn't exist in my vision. Like, it doesn't matter if I am walking across coals. I don't want to look down when I walk. I just walk on faith alone.
Just in case. Or you don't want to get hit again, so it's fine. It makes sense.
But then some guy in a game tells a woman to get into the kitchen and everybody's like, it's so toxic. Hashtag so toxic. And I'm like, we grew up worse. And I'm not saying that it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying maybe address. And you know what? Like, if you think that this was like an outlier, it wasn't. Like, this is literally just how the dance community is all around the world. It is acceptable because this is just part of being a dancer. We just accept it and it is what it is.
I mean, if you watch those other shows, it's just as crazy, right? I mean, like, I'm assuming Dance Moms is similar to that show where they dress up their kids for...
Toddlers and Tiaras.
Yeah, there we go.
I instantly knew what you were talking about.
I assume it's a very similar show. And they're just as crazy on that.
All toxic.
Yep.
All toxic.
It's ridiculous.
But yet, for some reason, I feel like society has just decided we are going to ignore all of those issues. And we are going to laser focus on gaming and be like, oof, this is very toxic. Like, yes, but not more toxic than the other communities. Like...
Maybe it's just because gaming always gets picked on. Remember, like, gaming breeds violence. Everything stems from gaming. The reason there's shootings and the reasons people are so angry and subdued and stay in their corners is because of gaming. Gaming's a problem. It's just the way
Not
it
because
is.
I was screamed at and told I was a useless waste of flesh by a dance teacher lovingly when I was 5 years old. No, that didn't create any lasting trauma. It was for sure that video game. So that's my one controversial gaming opinion. What is yours, Cody?
Mine... Controversial gaming opinion. Mine is I still pre-order stuff. I don't know why everyone all of a
100%.
sudden decided pre-orders were like the bane of
From
all
the devil.
existence. I like if I'm excited for something, okay, I mean, fair enough, some people have been shot in the foot by pre-ordering, but then just like, okay, don't pre-order from those people, I guess. I don't know. I still enjoy pre-ordering. If I'm excited for it, I'm going to pre-order it. I think it's cool. And if I get a little bit of a bonus because I do, cool for me. I do, understand sometimes when they lock stuff behind that should be in the game already, then it's a bit of a nightmare. But we're just talking about pre-orders here, and I still pre-order things, so...
You know, my benefit to pre-ordering, because I pre-order board games,
Yeah.
I support Kickstarters, I pre-order games.
Oh,
I see it
Kickstarter.
as, if I have free money or disposable money now, I would rather pre-order the game now, even if it's a disappointment. Because when it releases, let's say a game releases a board game or a video game in May. May is an absolute month from hell in my family. I cannot even tell you how bad It is literally, it is Mother's Day. Larry's birthday falls on Mother's Day most years. Then it is my birthday, our anniversary, my grand's birthday, Larry's mom's birthday, his niece's birthday, his brother-in-law's birthday, and about 5 friends' birthdays.
Sure.
May is worse than December. Like, people often complain that December is a broke month. It is nothing. December's a holiday compared to May in my life. So I know that if there's something I really want to play, plus I don't really listen to other people's opinions, I want to make up my own mind. So if something comes out and I know I want to play it, and it comes out in May, I will not have the money to play it. It is impossible. It doesn't exist. I don't have money to just make it through May, let alone buy a game. So let me pre-order it in peace and good conscience in January, spend the money, and then in May it's just like either a sort of disappointing gift or a really great gift.
Yeah.
It just arrives. I love it. Pre-ordering is great.
And it is like a gift to yourself, you know, a gift from past you to future you. Sometimes you forget about it, especially Kickstarter is like pre-order deluxe, because things stay at Kickstarter for like 7 years. I don't even. I've got. You know, I haven't received a single thing from the Kickstarters that I've backed. I've got like 8 Kickstarters.
So when Larry and I moved out, it was not this past December, the previous December. We were like, okay, we are growing up now, we're living on our own, so we're not going to like splurge on ridiculous things. Our last purchase is going to be backing a game on Kickstarter that was going to come out that December. So we were like, look, we're going to back it. We're not going to buy Christmas gifts for each other. Even if this arrives kind of late, it'll be our group Christmas gift to each other.
Yeah.
We're like, cool. It has been a year and a half almost. You know, I still don't have that damn game. And the latest update is like they're gonna start this coming December, and then the shipping could take 3 to 4 months. I'm like, we'll never get this game.
Nope. I also I think I ordered something for myself maybe January last year, and I was like, oh, it's gonna come out in December. Just before, it was like planned for September or something. I was like, this is gonna be the perfect little Christmas gift to myself. Just gonna buy it. It's still, they haven't shipped it. It was supposed to be at my house in September. It hasn't been shipped. I don't even know. I haven't received an update in months. I'm just like,
see, Kickstarter, it's such a surprise. But how great is it going to be when it arrives?
When it arrives,
maybe you don't even remember
awesome.
What that thing was anymore. You're just going to be like, oh, what a great surprise.
You get a phone call, there's a courier outside your door. I've got something for you from what and what company, and you're just like, that doesn't sound right. I have no idea what this is. Open it up, bam. Best or worst thing you've ever ordered. You don't know.
So I have another controversial opinion.
Another.
I have a long list. Party sizes of 5 is the worst size party in the world. Longer games are not better. People shouldn't be made to feel bad about spending money on their hobby.
2 hours later.
Okay.
Anyway.
Tell the people where they can vote for. We still need to name this guy, this person. Oh, his lid. Whoop. He still needs a name.
That is the coolest statue. If I ever come and visit you and he just goes missing, it's definitely not me. And I want that on the record right now so everyone knows.
As long as he shows his face on under the table once a week, he can live wherever he needs to live.
Like, he's so beautiful. Anyway, if you guys have 150 hours free and you don't want to commit it to a second job, I don't blame you. But instead, you can commit those hours to reading all of the content that we write. And that content can be found either at www.nag.co.za or you can head over to shop.nag.co.za.
Yes.
Where you can pick up our December edition of the magazine, which you really want to, because I feel like the winter edition is going to be way better. Like, I remember feeling so proud when we did the annual. And like in my mind, because it was the annual, we like pulled all the stops.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to get better than this. We'd have like, I don't want to say crappy, but we'd have like a crappy edition and then the annual.
Yeah.
And then a crappy edition and then the annual. Like, again, not crappy, but it wasn't going to be like as great.
Yeah.
And yet, I feel like we've just created the annual again. It's like the annual and the annual.
Yeah. No,
like,
it's very
great.
exciting.
It's...
This winter edition is just going to be as awesome, so very keen. I also heard a little rumor that the shop might have a few more products coming soon. So, keep your eyes on that.
Good rumors. And guys, remember, if you have a spare money, spend it now. Like, listen to us. We know what's up.
Exactly.
Okay, Cody, let me just derail this exit now because of what I said.
Oh no.
Like, last week I told the story about how Jade and Yaku were the worst people on earth for giving me a board game voucher and then we spent money on board games. So, last night, our one light bulb went inside the lounge.
Okay.
But it's fine, like, that was an old one. It's lasted for like 2.5 years with load shedding. So, I mean, that's long for a light bulb, right?
Okay.
And the problem is, like, it works, but now it isn't connecting to the smart home all the time.
Okay.
So sometimes you tell it to go off and then it just stays on, mocking you. So we decide we obviously have to replace it. So we go online, we add one bulb to the cart. Larry's like, but this is so ridiculous. Like, we can't buy and pay for shipping just for one bulb.
Makes sense.
He's like, okay, it's fine. He's gonna buy like 4 bulbs. Because then we have the replacement now, and we have 3 that we can just keep if any of the other bulbs start going, because we bought them all at the same time.
Yeah.
So if any of the others start going, we just have replacement bulbs. Then he's like, oh, look, Xiaomi has a smart male grooming kit. So it's got like your beard trimmer and your hair trimmer and everything. And he's like, and you know, my one's charger wins. And it's Xiaomi. And you love Xiaomi. And it's smart. Maybe we should just get that in the same order. And I was like, well, of course you must get that in the same order.
Of course. We don't want to pay
and
shipping
then
twice.
I was like, I don't understand how it went from let me replace one bulb to I have a cart of 7 items, which is arriving today. Like,
nice.
How? But guys, anyway, do that on the Nag shop.
Order
That's
everything.
How we roll.
Go in for the annual and come out with a sim racer and a new keyboard. Yeah, you'll love yourself for it.
For sure. Spoil yourself, you deserve it.
Anyway, to carry on from Arielle's derailed exit, outro, you guys can also drop us a mail at hey@nag.co.za where you can vote for the name of our mascot, tell us how much you hate pre-orders, tell us how many hours you've spent in game, whatever floats your boat. More than welcome to do that. Also follow us on our social medias.
We do read those mails.
We do read those mails. We do. We love them. Even if they're very random and don't make sense, we read them. Promise. Out loud in our weekly meetings as well. You can always catch us on our social medias, which are X, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, YouTube. Is that social media? Anyway, we have YouTube there.
The way I use it, it is.
Yeah, it's all social media. It's all social and it's all media. So you can catch us on all those platforms. Or if you are just stuck on WhatsApp and you don't have anyone to talk to, you can always drop us a line and we will have our automated bot respond to you on our WhatsApp line, which is 0628341919. Oh, yes.
And base know that it's an automated bot and we're not responding. Because if it was up to me, you're never getting a response. I literally curated a funny this morning. Like, I came across an image and I was like, my dad would love this. And I did not send because I was like, it is going to instigate follow-up conversation. And I do not have the energy while I have a headache for work and a conversation. And I was just like, sorry, this funny, you're not getting it now. It
It's
exists,
gonna be a weekend
it's there,
funny.
but not for you.
Second Thursday. Yeah. Anyway, send us your funnies too. We promise to look at them on second Friday. Have a good week.
And I think we're done.
Yeah.